Welcome everyone to MHD Studio, and in this video we will talk about DevOps. One of the most interesting things that we need to know is that DevOps has a strong connection to lean management approaches, and really there are many of the DevOps principles and practices started with lean principles. For those of you who aren't familiar with lean, the key idea is that it's about delivering more value, eliminating waste, with a strong focus on respect for people. In order to achieve these aims in DevOps, the idea is to break down historic silos and improve collaboration between the development team and operation teams to streamline and improve work in some key ways. It used to be that separate teams wrote the code, tested the code, deployed the code, and then maintained the code during a product's life cycle. The idea behind DevOps is to break down all those barriers and get everyone collaborating. Ultimately, DevOps is about people, which is really what lean management approaches are about as well. It's about also creating a culture of focusing on delivering value for the customer. Back in 2010, two major DevOps thought leaders, Damon Edwards and John Willis, coined the acronym CAMS, C-E-M-S, which stood for Culture, Automation, Measurement, and Sharing. Later, Jez Humble, another thought leader in the DevOps community, decided to add lean in the mix and creating the acronym CALMS. DevOps is about improving culture, setting up automation where it makes sense, applying lean management principles, figuring out effective ways to measure our efforts, and sharing ideas to solve problems with one another. These are some of the core values at the heart of DevOps. So there's quite a bit of industry debate about how to define DevOps. One of the definitions comes from John Willis, who again helped come up with CAMS. He says that DevOps is about humans. DevOps is a set of practices and patterns that turn human capital into high-performance organizational capital. And it's really a good way of thinking about it. Again, you can't forget that good work is really about people working together. It's really about figuring out how you can turn your organization into a high-performing organization. Another interesting definition from Gene Kim, co-author of the Phoenix Project, the DevOps Handbook, and Accelerate. He is also the founder of the DevOps Enterprise Summit. He shared the following definition in a paper he wrote called The Top 11 Things You Need to Know About DevOps. So, DevOps is the emerging professional movement that advocates a collaborative working relationship between development and IT operations, resulting in the fast flow of planned work. For example, high deploy rates while simultaneously increasing the reliability, stability, resilience, and security of the production environment. Some of the key components of the definition are that it's not just about process, it's not just about technology, it's not just about people. It's really the combination of all the three that makes DevOps come to life. It's about a full cycle of delivering value, building, deploying, operating, and supporting. Since the paper was written, the industry also acknowledged the need to incorporate security teams into that definition, sometimes even seeing the phrase DevSecOps or SecDevOps being used and conferences popping up with that name incorporated. What's being discovered is that in order to really practice the DevOps mindset, the entire organization needs to transform and be engaged in the practices. Traditionally, a lot of organizations have a development team, test team, release team, and operations team, security team, and business teams. And what DevOps aims to is to break down those silos and make the entire team accountable for all of those things instead of just handing them off. Finally, another interesting debate happens in the industry is about whether organizations should create a DevOps team or should organizations have title called DevOps. Ultimately, what's really important is the culture of collaboration, not the name of the team. If you have the practices around calms happening within your organization, then you're likely doing DevOps. It's not just about labeling or creating another organization that's accountable for DevOps. So to sum up, it's about culture, and it's about ensuring that you're automating the right things, that you are measuring and understanding the data within the environment, and ultimately sharing. Again, all of that is grounded in practicing lean strategies. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more interesting content, and thanks for watching.